Welcome to fifth lecture of definite integration. Now this is IT Math series. In first four classes, I have dealt this much properties. Property 1, a to b fx dx, a to b ft dt. Property 2, a to b fx dx, minus b to fx dx. Property 3, in modulus function, reduced integer function, discontinuous function, a to b fx dx, a to c fx dx plus c to b fx dx. According to the situation of question, B can break on more than 1 point. Property number 4, where when x is replaced by a plus b minus x, value of integration doesn't change, calls King's property. This is property 5, between minus a to a for odd function. This symbols odd function. This symbols odd function. For odd function this is 0, and for even function this is 2 times 0 to fx dx. I have drawn the graph. I think you could have recall it. And in the sixth one, 0 to fx dx, this is 0 when f 2a minus x is minus fx. If we replace x by 2a minus x and it becomes minus fx, then this is 0. Actually, a special case of property 4, and it is 2 times 0 to a when f 2a minus x is equal to fx. Actually, this is the sixth main property. After that, I have did that question number 7. 0 to pi by 2 log x sin x dx, 0 to pi by 2 log cos x dx is minus pi by 2 log 2, and this is important one for objective examination. For board examination, you have to keep the proof in mind. This is property 8, 0 to pi by 2 log tan x dx, 0 to pi by 2 log cot x dx is 0, direct consequence of property 4, and this one is 9. Why? See the difference between two, there is minus sign, there is no minus sign, this is with minus sign, minus pi by 2 ln 2. Why this one? This is because log sec x is log cos x to the power minus 1. Okay. Today I will read from property 10 to 16. Actually, property 1 to 6 are main properties. And I have done 30 questions based on that. That 30 questions are of much importance, whether it's board exam or it's IT examination. In IT examination, the just integrand, function of integrand is made a little bit complicated, nothing else. All ideas are same. There are some properties in which questions are often, sometimes, not often, sometimes seen in IT advanced examination. They are very simple, less than 10% chance. What I want to say that from property 1 to property 6, there is 90% chance that questions comes from this one. So must concentrate on property 1 to property 6. But there are some properties that you have to see. Now I start repeating. Very simple. Okay. This class is important, but first 4 classes of much importance, whether it's 12th board or IT examination. So now I will give a heading: properties involving inequalities. Property number 10. See this one. If fx is greater than 0 in AB, then integration a to b fx dx is greater than equal to 0. Or you can say second part, if fx greater than 0, or fx is less than equal to 0 in, you can say now new interval c to d, then c to d fx dx, c to d fx dx is less than equal to 0. What does this property want to say? ये property क्या कहना चाहता है? Actually, this property suggests if a function lies above x-axis, if graph of a function lies above x-axis, and when we integrate it, actually you know this is area, this value is what? This value is positive. If this means what? This means graph of fx lies above x-axis. So when complete graph of fx lies above x-axis in the interval a to b, and we make the integration of that function in a to b, then its value will be positive. And at the same time, if the function lies below x-axis in c to d, then if you integrate this from c to d, being below x-axis, this is negative. So this one is very simple property. We will use this property. Sometimes it is very useful with intermediate value theorem. Very useful with intermediate value theorem. What? You can note this point. If fx is continuous in AB, continuity is must condition. Continuity is a must condition. I haven't told earlier, but continuity is a must condition for this. If not continuous, go for property 3. If fx is continuous in AB and A to B fx dx is equal to 0, then at least one value of or you can say at least one root of fx is equal to 0 lies in, at least one root of fx is equal to 0 lies in what? Lies in this. This is nothing but a special case of, this is nothing. You can say this is a special case of intermediate value theorem. You write it special case. Actually, this is not the intermediate value theorem in its original form, special case. But let's see the point, let's understand the point. How does it happen? How does it happen? It's very important. See, suppose there is a graph A to B. If fx is positive in A to B, if fx lies above x-axis in A to B, then its value is what? Positive. If fx always lies below x-axis in A to B, it is what? This is negative. But since it is 0, it means what? Some portion of this is positive and some portion of this is what? Negative. How can we get 0? Means some part of fx is positive. For that positive part, in figure, from A to say this is positive. For positive part, this value is positive. And for negative part, this value is negative. For positive part, this is positive. For negative part, this is what? Negative. So the sum end is what? The sum end is what? Sum end is 0. Continuity is a must condition. Continuity is a must condition. So if this is root, what? X is equal to secant. What I have written? Then at least one root of fx is equal to 0 lies in AB. I guess I have a very beautiful question this. I think once or twice. I just want to deal that question. Now, okay. Let me remove. The question is, actually now it's difficult to write down, difficult to recollect the data. So let me take the help of IT question bank. Actually, this is my assignment. The question is, I say this is question number 31. If A, B, C be non-zero real numbers such that 0 to 1, 1 to the power cos 8x, ax a square plus bx plus c dx is equal to 0 to 2, 1 plus cos to the power 8x, ax a square plus bx plus c dx is equal to 0, then prove that, actually it was objective question, but I am writing the actual result, then prove that in proving form, then prove that 1 root of ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0 lies in 0 1, lies in 0 1 and other in 1 to 2. A very beautiful question. Actually, this is intermediate value theorem, and for this part we will take help of property 3. How? Let's see. ID question. See the solution. So we start with the blank. Let's see. Consider 0 to 1. Consider 0 to 1, this one, ax square plus bx plus c dx is equal to 0. Since this is 0, take it at fx. This is 0. 0 to 1 fx is equal to 0 implies क्या? What? This implies dx, you can take dx. 0 implies what? Fx has some positive value and some negative value in 0. I think you got it. ठीक है, आप समझ गए? See the converse. If fx is only positive in 0 to 1, if fx lies above x-axis 0 to 1, then its value is positive. If fx lies below in fx in 0 to 1, then its value is what? Its value is negative. But since it is 0, it means what? It means fx lies, fx cover both positive and negative value in 0 to 1. Fx has some positive and some negative, some positive and some negative value in 0 1. This actually I want to say positive value, this is negative value, fx positive, fx negative. That is fx is equal to 0 has a root, fx is equal to 0 has a root in 0 1. Means this complete has a root in 0 1. But 1 plus cos to the power 8x cannot be 0. This is 1, this is plus, this is positive. It implies ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0 has at least one root in, actually we use the word at least one. It might be like this. It might be like this. At least 0 to 1. So you got it? What we have to prove? We have to prove that at least one root of this lies in 0, 1 and other in 1, 2. At least 1. Means one root. At least one root. I will also explain that this is exactly one root. But what do we get? From this very data, when this is 0, we want to. Now, if we repeat the same logic, in 0 to 2, what we get? At least one root of ax square plus bx plus c will lie in 0, 2. At least one root of ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0 will lie in what? Will lie in 0, 2. But what is given in the question? It is given in the question that at least one root of this, actually other root lies in what? 1, 2, not 0, 2. Then how will we justify? How will we justify that the second root will be in 1, 2? Second root will be in 1, 2. So let's see. Now, 0 to 1. Fx dx is equal to 0 to 2 fx dx. Actually we are taking this as fx. It implies what? Now do not take it 0 for second part. This implies 0 to 1 fx dx is equal to 0 to 1 fx dx plus 1 to 2 fx dx. These two terms cancel each other. Because of two different sets, this is what? 1 to fx dx. 0. As per above logic, what do you get? 1 root of ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0. Here also lies in 1, 2. Also lies in 1, 2. Here lies in 1, 2. Now since quadratic equation has only two roots. Therefore we can say that exactly one root will lie in 0, 1 and other will be in 1, 2. Since quadratic has only two roots and we get the position of two roots, one in 0, 1 and another in what? 1, 2. It means exactly one root lies in what? 1, 2 and one in what? 0, 1. So see the change. No, complete scenario change. In this type of question, what is in IT says, I can ask you anything from anywhere. You have to go for complete logic. Now, not stereotype question as we have done 1 to 30. More than this, they are related to what integration. But here what we did, just simple as it called intermediate value theorem. So let's move for one more property. Right. And this is complete logical question. You need not to take pain. You can do it in mind. But now come to property number 11. Now, if fx greater than gx for all x belongs to AB, then A to B fx dx is greater than A to B gx dx. If a function is greater, then its integral value is greater. If a function is greater in a certain interval at all points for all x belongs to AB, then this is integral value of this is greater. And you must keep in mind that there is no such property in differentiation, because differentiation gives slope and integration gives what? Integration gives area. So you can't understand, you can't go with slope. But for area this is correct. Due to the point the slope of negative in pi by 2 to pi, so negative for theta, pi by 2 to pi, this type of properties does not hold in differentiation but holds in integration. If you want explanation, this is very simple. Suppose this is a to b fx and gx. Suppose this is gx, a to b gx. What does it mean? A given point, graph of fx. What does this mean graphically? At each and every point, graph of fx is at higher position than that of graph of gx. So this one. When we integrate, this will be the area of gx. Area by gx, and this also include area by what? Complete area by fx. So fx with x is equal to a, x is equal to b, and y is equal to 0 gives more area. So is the property. Now let's take one question on this. The question number will be 32. The question is, I think, suppose there actually I want to let me see the data. The question is I1 if I1 is equal to 0 to 1 e to the power minus x cos square x dx, I2 is equal to 0 to 1 e to the power minus x square dx, I3 is equal to, let me write here, I3 is equal to 0 to 1 e to the power minus x square dx, and I4 is 0 to 1 e to the power minus x square by 2 dx. Arrange I1, I2, I3, R4 in decreasing order. Arrange these one in decreasing order. Means the integral root's value is greatest will be right first and least will be right in last. Decreasing order. What is decreasing order? 10 greater than 9, greater than 8, greater than 4. This is called decreasing order. What we have seen in last question, we don't have to do integration, just we have to apply a logic. What we will do in this question, we can't do the integration. As far as integration is concerned, I think only this one is integrated. You can integrate only this one on integration by part. Rest are not integrable as far as indefinite integration is concerned. As far as indefinite integration is concerned, these three are not integrable. So what we have to do? We have to compare which one is greater. Which one is greater? This or this? I think I have written or something. No. There should be a cos square x dx. Or otherwise we cannot make distinction between this and this. This is correct. Cos square x dx. So we have to compare the functions. The function which is greater. Integral of that is greater because of all are in 0 to 1. So see the solution. See the logic. Actually solution is logic. In 0, 1, what we do? In 0, 1, you can say x is greater than x square. Point 0.5 is greater than 0.5 square. So minus x is less than minus x square. On multiplication both sides by minus 1. Inequality gets reverse. This is what? E to the power minus x is less than e to the power minus x square. Because e greater than 1. Why do I write e greater than 1? That's because if this is 1 by 2 to the power minus x and 1 by 2 to the power minus x square, inequality will get reversed again. because of 1 by 2 to the power x is a decreasing function. E greater than 1 means this is increasing function, so inequality remains same. Multiply both by what? Multiply both by cos square x. Cos square x. Now, you can compare first two. Since between these two, this is greater and this is less. This is greater and this is less. So what can we say? We say no. This is greater. This is the greater sign. This is greater and this is less. So what can we say? We can say that I2 is greater than I1. Straightforward. So we have compared I1 and I2. Now go to I2 and I3. See the logic. Only logic prevails. Nothing in this question. We have to do nothing with integration. For 2 and 3, what we do? How do we take logic? Since cos square x less than 1, value of cos square x, maximum value of cos square x is 1. So less than 1 you can also write equal to 1, but in 0 to 1, this is less than 1 most of the time. This implies what? This implies e to the power minus x square cos square x is less than e to the power minus x square. Multiply both sides by what? Multiply both sides by e to the power minus x square. Now compare these two. Between this function and this function, this one is what? This one is greater. So integral value of this will be greater and this will be less. So from here we get what? We get I2 is less than what? I2 is less than I3. So you can, and for decreasing order we will write this. This is number 2. Now, finally we have to compare what? I3 and I4. Let's see how. Can you guess the logic? I3 and I4. So very simple logic. See, since minus 1 is less than minus 1 by 2. 1 is greater than 1 by 2. So minus 1 is less than minus 1 by 2. This means what? This means minus x square less than minus x square by 2. This means what? E to the power minus x square is less than e to the power minus x square by 2. This is I3, this is I4. This is greater, this is less. So I4 is greater and I3 is less. What is this? This one is I3 is less than I4. Now compare 1, 2 and from 1, 2 and 3. From 1, 2 and 3, what we get? We get, which one is the greatest? I4. I4 greater than I3 and now greater than I2, greater than I1. So this is the decreasing order of this question. Let's see one more question on this logic. Come to one more question. Actually, I am taking a question that was asked in AITB examination. The question is, number is 33. What is the question? This is the question. If I is equal to integration 0 to 1 sin x by root x and j dx, and j is equal to 0 to 1 cos x by root x dx, then which one is true? Which one is? First option, I greater than 2 by 3, j greater than 2. Second option, I less than 2 by 3, j less than 2. Option number C is I less than 2 by 3, j greater than 2, and the final option is I greater than 2 by 3 and j less than. Actually there are two inequalities. There are two inequalities I and j, and both will be solved independently. The main point is this. The main point is this. What would be the logic where the solution lies, and it's complete your vision in function. Can you recognize some function that will give this type of inequality? So see, in 0 pi by 2, when face is 0 pi by 2, this is 0 1.57 and this is 0 1. So this will work. In 0 pi by 2, sin x less than x. Actually the whole inequality is this. Sin x less than x less than tan x. But our requirement is this. Sin x less than x. This will give what? Sin x by root x less than root x. Divide both sides by what? Divide both sides by root x. Sin x by root x. Positive value you can divide. So integration 0 to 1 sin x by root x dx is less than 0 to 1 root x dx. And what is this? X to the power 3 by 2 upon 3 by 2. 0 to 1 on calculation, this is 2 by 3. So 2 by 3 means either B or C. This is either A is ruled out and D is ruled out. Either B or C. This is less than, this is I1. Therefore I1 what? I not I less than 2 by 3. So where the answer lies? This is the point. Now come to second one. Cos x by 1 by root x. Second part. In second part there is what? There is j. In second part you can say what I take. Yes. Cos x less than 1 in 0 1. So what? Cos x by root x less than what? 1 by root x. So 0 to 1 cos x by root x dx less than what? 0 to 1 x to the power minus 1 by 2 or 1 by, it's, you can integrate. This is actually 2 root x 0 to 1. So this is 2. This is j. So j is less than 2. So B is the correct answer. So this is the beauty, I say beauty. How can you visualize function? How can you visualize this type of function? And answer lies in this. So let's move to next property. Now, all are with questions. I have done P10, I have done P11. If you want to write something, you can write. But for this type of question, you have to go through all syllabus, whole the syllabus. Now, this is a very simple property called P12. A to B fx dx modulus and A to B fx dx modulus. Can you say which one is greater? Can you guess what? So this will be less, this will be greater, and sometimes equality may hold if fx is positive. If fx is positive, two are equal, or fx is completely negative, then also they are equal. But this actually holds. Why? You see. Very simple. With a very simple example. Why this is? Suppose this is fx. Suppose this is fx. Or you take the graph of sin x. 0 pi 2 pi. This is plus 2, this is minus 2. So value 0 to 2 pi sin x dx. In 0 to pi, this is 0. Its modulus value is also what? 0. What is done in it? First integration is done. Then its modulus is taken. Value of integration is 0. So value of modulus is also 0. But what has been done in right side? See right side. Actually this one is modulus sin x, 0 pi 2 pi, modulus of sin x between 0 to 2 pi. Since modulus is taken first, so this is plus 2, this is plus 2. No need of negative value. This will be what? 4. So this will be less, this will be greater. Or if fx is positive, is 0 to pi, both are equal. Is 0 to pi, both are equal. If fx is negative, in pi to 2 pi, this is minus 2, its integration is 2. In pi to 2 pi, this is 2, both are equal. But if they are of opposite sign, somewhere in the interval, this is less and this is greater. Simple property. No question on this, I am reading no question. Come to next one. This is also very important. Property number 13, called estimated value. Called estimated value. What is the property? If fx has, or you can write like this, if least and greatest value of fx in closed interval AB are small m, least one, and caps m respectively, then value of integral value of fx from a to b is greater than least value minus difference of these limits, and this is less than this one. Theoretically this, and you can also write equal sign. Like for constant function they are equal, so we write equal sign. For constant function they are equal, so we write equal sign in result. What does this theorem mean? See. No. Estimated value. See one graph. You can take like this one. This is A, this is B, this is greatest value what? This is greatest value N, and this is least value what? This is least value N. Let's complete this as rectangle. What is A to B fx dx? Graphical explanation. Very simple. This is shaded area. Actually, I am using the fact that integral value from A to B equals area. You did it in class 11th in physics. I will also deal area and closed curve in next topic. Now, come to this one. Suppose this is A. Suppose this is B. Suppose this is C, this is D, this is E, this is F. Let me name. Can you say area of rectangle ABCD? So area of rectangle ABCD what? For rectangle ABCD, this is base B minus A, and this is height. This M is what? Height. So this is what? Base into height into base, M into B minus A. And can you say the area of rectangle? Which rectangle? A, B, E, F. Yes, sir. We can now. This is actually greatest value M. Least, greatest, least. So this is what? Height is greatest value and base is b minus 10. Now compare these areas. Compare this area. This will be always least. This shaded area must be shaded portion must be greater than this one and less than this one. Are you comfortable with figure? You are agree with figure? Shaded area will be greater than the area of shaded region is greater than that of this rectangle. Its value is there and less than this value. That is what I have written here. That is what I have written here. This is some technical point. Very easy. And sir, why you take sign of equality? So equality 2 less than equal to 3, correct. You can't say this is. If 3 less than 4, you can say this. For constant function that will hold sign of equality, you can say. Now, come to one question on this. The question will be question number 34. If you want to write this, I will erase that question. I will erase that question. The question is a very famous and very simple question. I think the question is prove that actually 0 to 1 e to the power x square dx. This is probably 1 and b minus 1. Estimated value. Our question is estimate the value of this. Though there are a lot of way to estimate the value. Mathematics and physics has done a lot of work on estimated value. Because you can't integrate every function. And for practical situation, estimated value is must. In engineering college or BSc mathematics, you will go through Simpson rule, trapezoidal rule. We actually there we estimate the value. Means we can't integrate this function. E to the power x square is not integrable in indefinite form. But in 0 to 1, we can guess or we can find that its value lies between 1 to 1.71. 1 to 1.71. There might be another process. There might be another process which makes or which will make estimation more good. But is what we are going to say with this theorem. This is up to this. How? Let's see logic. If x belongs to 0 to 1, then I think 1 is less than x square is less than x. Is it correct? Yes, this is correct. You can also get it by graph. This is x square, this is what? X in this portion. X square less x greater 1. No, 1, 1, 1. Sorry, 0. How 1? 0. So we can write e to the power 0 less than e to the power x square less than e to the power x. Estimated value. Then what can we say? We can say 1 less than e to the power x square less than integration of this less than 0 to 1 e to the power x dx. This is question number 34. 34. On integration, this will be 1. Actually, e to the power 0 is what? E to the power 0 to 1. Integration of 1 from 0 to 1 is 1. This is what? 0 to 1 e to the power x square dx, and this is what? On integration e to the power x, e to the power 1 minus e to the power 0 means e to the power 1 minus e to the power 0, e minus 1. Actually, I haven't done it on estimation. I have done it on what? I have done it on property number 10 or property number 11. Greater function, greater value. Estimation is a imperfect method, not perfect. How you see? How you see? Let me suppose there is a question. Suppose there is a question. Question is 35 number. You can say estimate 0 to 2. Take cube root of x cube minus, you say 3x plus 1. Estimate. See, this function is not integrable. This very function is not integrable. But where it values lies in the interval 0 to 2, that we have to find in this question. So how we will estimate the question? See, we will find the least and greatest value of this. We will find least and greatest value of this in this interval 0 to 2. How? See. Solution. Let fx. Actually, fx is equal to. It's easy to take this one. Finally, I will find the value of cube root. It's easy to take only this one. What is f dash x? This is 3x square minus 3. When we equate it to 0, this is what? This is, I think, x is equal to plus minus 1. This is x is equal to plus minus 1. So what is critical point? Critical point? I think you can recall the class of AOD, application of derivative, greatest and least value in an interval, where end points and critical points are important. Where end points and critical points are important. So critical point only is, you can say this is plus 1 and minus 1. This is the critical point. This is not needed in this question because this lies from 0 to 2. So at end points, at x is equal to 0, fx is what? At x is equal to 0, fx is, I think, this is from here 1. At x is equal to 1, this is fx is what? At x is equal to 1, this is, I think, 1 minus 3 plus 1, minus 1. And x is equal to 2. This is actually 0 end point, 2 end point, and 1 is critical point. I have written in order 0, 1, 2. fx is what? fx is, you can say, this is 2 to the 8 minus 6, 2 plus 1, 3. So, this one is least, this one is least, and this one is what? This one is greatest. So, for cube root of this, x cube minus 3x plus 1, m means least value. Least value is what? Least value is minus 1 to the power 1 by 3 or minus 1 to the power 1 by, it's minus 1. And what is the greatest value? Capital M, greatest value. Greatest value I think is 3 to the power, what? 3 to the power 1 by 3. Can we do like this? Yes, we can do. For the purpose of differentiation, we have taken this. You can recall the graph of x cube. We can recall the graph of x cube, which is the graph of, this is x cube. And this is graph of what? This is graph of x to the power 1 by 3. So both are, you can say both are increasing type of function. Both are increasing type of function. So we can consider this. We can consider this one is increasing type of function. Nothing. No problem in this one. So we can do like this. Or if you want to double sure, take fx as this. But in objective, these are very helpful. What is b minus a? Now, what is b minus a? So b minus a is 2 minus 0. 2. For estimated value, estimated value, what says? Estimated values property says what? B minus a less than equal to, you can consider equal to a to b. This time I take this fx. Actually not this fx. This complete I have taken as capital Fx. This one as small fx. Dx less than equal to what? Less than equal to, you can say, b minus a capital A. So now b minus is what? 2, and 2 into minus 1. This is 2 into minus 1 less than equal to 0 to 2, and this one is what? Cube root of x cube minus 3x square plus 1 dx. And this you can say what? This 2 into 3 to the power 1 by 3. Therefore estimated value what? Estimated value is minus 2 to 2 into 3 to the power 1 by 3, or cube root of 3. Be careful about one point. If I have taken a square root, then this value does not exist. And in that case, least value will be 0. So we have to keep domain in mind always. If we have taken here a square root, then this value cannot be minus 1. When you can draw the graph, you will find, actually I haven't taken, just to maintain domain, but if we have taken a square root, this is not valid. Okay. Now come to one more property. This will be, I think, this will be P14, and finally I think it's you can say final one for today's P14. Like this. Property is like this. If f square x and g square x are integrable on AB, then the properties are integrable on AB, then the property is, you can say, the property is fx into gx dx a to b modulus value is less than equal to, actually, integration of a to b f square x dx root over into integration a to b g square x dx root over. Am I correct? I think I am. Yes, I think I am correct. Okay. This is product of two functions. This is a squaring, then square root, squaring that square root. Actually, normally less than holds in most of the time less than sign holds. But when we take fx and gx are identical, then equality is also hold, and there is no problem. We can say 2 less than equal to 3. No problem in it. So let's move for the proof of this one. Okay. What is the proof of this one? If there is some error, or I think I have written correct, or I can make it check by proof. So come to the proof. See, proof is very interesting. Actually, I am not interested in question what I am going to do like this. There is one very common question that I will deal. But the proof is very, very important. It will enhance your concept very much. See the concept of proof. See the point of proof. What is in the proof? See this proof. See this one. Actually, we have, if we take, you can say lambda gx minus fx is greater than equal to lambda gx minus fx is greater than equal to 0. You can say for all lambda belongs to 1. Since this is a square function, this is greater than equal to 0. Then in AB, you can say in AB, since this is a square, it is always a positive. What we have read in property 10, integration of positive function is positive. So this will be the case. On expanding On squaring, what we get? This is lambda square gx square dx a to b minus, this is what? This is what? A to b 2 times lambda gx fx dx, and what is the final one? The final one is plus a to b fx square dx greater than equal to 0. Actually, this is a quadratic equation in lambda. We write the whole expression as follows. This is a to b. Actually, we write this as what? G square x dx, lambda square. We can take this 2 common. 2 times a to b fx dx. Let me write fx first. Fx dx. This is lambda plus this is a to b f square x. This is called f square x greater than equal to 0. Since coefficient of lambda square is positive and is true for all lambda belongs to R, what we have taken here is square function. Therefore, d should be less than equal to 0. D should be less than equal to 0. Can you get the result? This one is the result for a quadratic equation. Ax square plus bx plus c is greater than equal to 0 for all x belongs to R. A less than 0, a greater than 0, and d less than equal to 0. Equal sign also, equal sign also. Okay. So this is the result. And actually, this is the main point. What I want that you should know this point. Now, this is the conclusion of nothing but d less than 0. Actually, sometimes I do not remember the result, do not recall the result. Whenever I face problem, I do just this step, this step, this step, this step. Now d less than equal to 0. So from d less than equal to 0, you get what? This is from there. 4 times a to b fx gx dx whole square minus 4 times a is what? A to b g square x dx, and this is what? AC. A to b, this is what? F square x dx less than equal to 0. We can cancel this 4 when we take 4 common and transfer it like this is cancelled. So finally what we get? We get a to b fx gx dx whole square less than equal to, I am writing this one first just to match with the result, or otherwise there is no point in it. A to b g square x dx, am I right on this one? Let me see. And taking what? If you want to note it, you can note it. I think this is correct, this is correct, this is correct. Okay. Taking modulus, you can say, now this one. If a square less than b square, then mod is less than mod b. This very one. You can do for positive quantity. So, if you want to write on these steps. Taking modulus. Taking modulus. Or taking a square root. Not modulus is not correct word. A square root. Actually, we know a square root of x square is mod x. So is the case. This is what? A to b fx gx dx whole modulus and less than equal to a square root of complete one. A to b f square x dx, a to b g square x dx. You need not to take mod here because these are positive. On positive modulus is positive. Sometimes you can take but need not to take. So may I match the result? Yes. This can be bifurcated in two parts. Why? When here we both are positive, we can write it easily. Since this is positive, these and these are same thing. So is the result. You can write either this way or this way. So interesting fact: make a quadratic equation in lambda less than, and it is true for all lambda. It is true for all lambda belongs to R. So what do? We do d less than equal to 0. And there is a very simple question. One very simple question that I am going to deal. You can see. I think all you know. When here we are positive, root a can be written as root a into root b. If any one is negative, then there is some problem in inequality. But there is no problem when both are positive. So result is correct. This one. Now come to the question. I think this would be probably for a 35 number question. Prove that 0 to 1, 1 plus x cube, root over is less than. Actually less than prevails. I have told you less than prevails. When both are identical function, equality or otherwise less than prevails. When it will be, when sign of equality holds. So when lambda gx is equal to fx, simple answer mathematical is, you have to lambda gx is equal to fx. For identical function it holds, but it doesn't matter here. No. See, how can we do this question on this one? See this one. Actually integration is solution part 0 to 1 root over 1 plus x root over 1 plus x cube dx. See, this one is fx and this one is dx. Fx is integrable but dx is not integrable. And the square of both are integrable. Square of this is also integrable and square of this is also integrable. So we have written both fx square x and dx square x are integrable. Both fx square x and dx square x are integrable. So it will be less than, what less than? 0 to 1. Make a square of this function and take a square root. This is the way to learn. Multiplied by, first of all, write in this way. Square this function. Take integration from 0 to 1. Also put down dx and take a square root of 4. This is the property. Now you can see this equal to what? This equal to root over 0 to 1, 1 plus x dx, and this equal to what? Root over 1 plus x cube. This root over is nullified by this one, x cube dx 0 to 1. On calculation 0 to 1. On calculation you will get 15 by 8. How? Let me see. Now this is not required. This is x plus x square by 2, 0 to 1. This is x plus x to the power 4 by 4, 0 to 1. This is 1 plus 3 by 2 and this is 5 by 4. Root over 3 by 2 into 5 by 4. This is 15 by 8. Be careful. This is equal to 15 by 8. Overall this is less than what? I. Therefore, this is less than what? Root over 15 by 8. So is the property. We have dealt today from property 10 to what? We have dealt 10 to 10 to 16. No, 14. We will do P15, P16, P17. In the next class, probably that would be the last class of property of different integration. There are some more properties you can find in the book. You can find. Authors today are present things in different ways, but they all are sub part of what I have dealt. So let's wait for next class. These two are related with differentiation and this with periodic function. What with differentiation? Actually, you will come to this situation next day. Suppose this is a function going from phi x to psi x. We have to make differentiation of this one without having integration. Without having integration means without doing integration, we have to differentiate the whole function. Very important Newton-Leibniz formula. Most important part for your IIT's preparation. So, meet in the next class with some more interesting facts. Okay, thank you.